You really got a chance to see Goodwin, how she runs the hospital, how she is, the buck stops with her. But she also has this staff of young doctors who get a little hard-headed. So you can see how she gives them a little leniency, but there's a point where she has to lay down the law. Personally, she was having issues with her husband. And at the end of the season, he left her. And so this season, there's no ring. So it's going to be interesting what happens, I believe, with her. I don't know exactly, but she's dealing with the consequences of her personal life, and as it can permeate in the hospital as much as she will allow it to. But the one thing she was not going to do was give up her job. She loves her job. And he wanted her to retire. And I personally think that's unfair. And I believe Goodwin did as well. But I think it still shocked her. I mean, this is a couple that have probably been together over 25 years. And to leave, you know, whatever journey he was on, that he felt that he had to leave her, I think it baffled her. But it is so exciting having a second season. It's been a long time since I've been a part of a show that was just starting. And I'll tell you, I missed everybody. It's an incredibly, not only talented group of people, but really decent people. And so it was very exciting coming back. And I'm really loving Chicago. So all of that makes it, you know, really exciting, and a little nervous about what's going to happen. But I think we have extraordinary writers. It's going to be an interesting season of medical conundrums, of, you know, personal clashes, and I'm just fascinated by some of the guests who are coming. It's going to be an interesting and fun season, and I think, again, with all Dick Wolf shows, you sit down to watch the show, and then when the show is over, you've learned something, and you've been entertained. As Goodwin was caught off guard last year, so was I. So I think it's kind of interesting, because isn't life that way? Things, you always know what's happening at work. You can pretty much guarantee when you leave the house, these are the things that have to be done. But in your personal life, sometimes those things shift, and you have to be ready to accept them. And I think both she and I are ready to accept whatever comes. I trust the writers that we have, and I think they're going to make it an interesting ride for Goodwin this year.